It's a beautiful day to feel fine. And even better, want to lose my mind.
Hello, what's up, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a video idea that I've had in my back pocket for I think 2 years now. So in case you're unfamiliar with this premise, this video is heavily inspired by another channel here on YouTube, which is Stargirl the Practical Witch. That channel is kind of where I first got in touch with this whole idea of these pick a tarot card pile YouTube videos. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So basically how this is going to go is as follows. I'm going to be making 3 different card piles for 3 different readings, and all you need to do is pick the card pile that you are most attracted to receive your reading. These are just going to be very general next 3 months kind of readings, nothing too complicated. Also, I do not claim to be a psychic. I'm just interpreting whatever the cards give me. You're welcome in this video too if you don't believe in tarot or any of these kinds of things. Just don't be mean about it. That's all. Anyways, I'm going to be making the piles now, and then it's up to you to pick a pile in a bit.
Hello?
So now it's time for you to pick your pile. Don't overcomplicate it and don't overthink it. Just go for the first pile you're attracted to, the first pile you see or notice. There will be timestamps in the description so you can skip ahead to your reading. So group 1, if you pick the pile with the compass on top, this is your reading. Just gonna put this over there. And let's take a look at your cards. So starting with your oracle card, this is what I'm kind of using to determine the general themes of this reading. So your oracle card is Ishtar, and your tarot cards are the Page of Cups, the Lovers, and the Page of Wands. So the Ishtar card is all about boundaries. It says, love yourself enough to say no to other people's demands on your time and energy. A sincere desire to give or service is wonderful. However, there's a distinction between giving of yourself and giving up yourself. If you feel tired, guilty, or resentful while helping others, then you're not truly helping them, are you? You're injecting poisonous energies into the relationship, and then no one benefits. Step back and reassess the situation. As you respect your own boundaries, others will begin to recognize and respect them within you, and within themselves as well. Now that's healthy behavior to teach to others. Various meanings of this card are as follows. You're giving too much, become more assertive, don't do things out of guilt or obligation. So right here we're starting off with a very clear theme of setting boundaries, which is very interesting because the first 2 times I filmed this video, the readings were all about self-care, setting boundaries, and taking time for yourself. So maybe that's a theme that's going to continue in this time I filmed this video. And now starting with the Page of Cups, this card is all about somebody offering a cup to you. So the suit of cups usually represents blessings. I always see it as either emotional blessings or material blessings, which is why the Ace of Cups is like the ultimate abundance and the ultimate blessing. So here in the Page of Cups, we have somebody coming to you with an offer, offering you a cup. But there's definitely a footnote to this card, which is that whatever is being offered to you is something that you've either already been manifesting or something that you've already been working towards. You've just been waiting for this thing to be final, and your hard work is paying off. Things are coming back to you. Now jumping to the Page of Wands, this is a card that's all about a creative idea and a spark. It's about starting a project, being proud of your ideas or offering up ideas, taking action and being goal-oriented, having the ability to work on something and help others with reaching their goals. Now so far what I'm kind of getting from this is that you definitely have a very creative and maybe even a helpful soul, but you've just been sowing and you haven't been reaping any rewards yet. Now keeping in mind the general theme of this reading, which is about boundaries, I think there's a very big danger for you to let your creative energy kind of overflow and overtake your life. Maybe you're a workaholic or maybe you're a raging perfectionist like I am, but there definitely is a danger for you of your work and your life kind of spilling into each other and kind of disrupting the balance between them. You're like an overflowing cup of creative ideas and drive, but you don't always have the time or resources to fully chase that inspiration. And I think that's where the boundaries tie back into this reading. When you're inspired, you put everything aside, no matter how important, to work on your vision, to work on your creativity, but doing so can often be more draining than it is enlightening. And then the Lover's card is a little bit tough to figure out in this reading because it's about love in all forms. It's about mutual love, support, it's about an energy of growth, things are blooming, it's about blessings, commitment. I think maybe this card is in this reading to indicate that you have potential for abundance, but that there is a need for you to set boundaries in your creative process and you're dealing with others in order to reach that abundance and those blessings. Basically, you just need to let go of that black swan, I just want to be perfect energy, and instead just allow yourself to create, because creation is what makes you happy. And you're kind of overcomplicating things by making it consume you, by making perfectionism consume you, by making creativity and creation an all-consuming, overpowering thing. So once you learn to set boundaries in your creative process and in your dealing with others, you will flourish and you will blossom. And definitely don't allow other people to drain you. Don't be the Barb to someone else's Nancy Wheeler. Be Nancy Wheeler. Be the main character. So yeah, I think that's basically it for this reading. I hope that made any sense to you. On to the next one. Okay, so group 2, if you picked the little knight figurine, this is your reading. And let's take a look at your cards. So starting with your oracle card, this is what I'm kind of using to determine the main themes of this reading. And your oracle card is Isis. And your tarot cards are the Tower, the 8 of Swords, and the 2 of Wands. So starting with Isis, this card is all about your past life. It says, this situation involves your past life memories. Your roots upon this planet are strong and deep, and some of the roots have anchored you in past memories from faraway times. These roots have anchored you so deeply, in fact, that you're paralyzed when it comes to moving forward. I've called your attention to this condition so that you may unearth and uproot past memories. Sometimes you bury those memories to shield yourself from pain or embarrassment, so you won't remember those awkward moments when life tested you to the maximum. Reveal those lessons to yourself now, and move forward with the confidence that you have sage wisdom behind you. Various meanings of this card are as follows. Get a past life regression to gain insights and answers. Ancient fears from a past life are surfacing right now. You've known the person you're inquiring about in a past life, or your current situation relates to a childhood issue. So when it comes to the Isis card in these readings, I usually take the card out of its past life context and I make it more about your past in general. And so far, just looking at this, there's a really clear theme in this reading of being stuck, of being paralyzed by choice, maybe even being paralyzed by your past experiences or past trauma. We have the 8 of Swords here, which is all about feeling trapped. It's about being stuck, not knowing what to do, confusion, and just in general, you can't see clearly because you're stuck with so much baggage. And then the 2 of Wands here is very much an analytical card. It's about looking at options and paths. It's about weighing your options and making a decision, trying to choose the right path. So from the 8 of Swords, the 2 of Wands, and Isis, I definitely get the vibe that you are a very analytical and overly anxious person. You love a good pro-con list and you love kind of analyzing things to the point where it kind of paralyzes you. But then we also have the Tower in this reading, which is one of my favorite cards. I know it looks very scary with those people jumping out of that burning building. But basically what this card is all about is the universe demolishing something to bring something better. You've built this whole tower and now it's on fire and being struck by lightning. But don't worry about that because there's going to be something better on the horizon. It's kind of an out with the old, in with the new kind of card. It might take you a while to realize that this big change that's coming was positive, but afterwards it will definitely make you stronger, it will make you happier, it will make you better. Really what I'm getting from this reading is a warning that if you're stuck in the past, you're stuck analyzing, you're stuck weighing your options, it will make the change that's coming kind of bitter. And what I mean by that is that there's maybe a really big life change coming your way. Maybe you're going to university or starting a new job, and because you're so stuck kind of analyzing anything that could go wrong or making pro-con lists or in general just thinking about every possible way it could plan out, you're kind of making this change a bitter experience for yourself. Maybe this ties into the rest of your life, your previous life, your past. Maybe you've had a really bad time with change in general. But here on the horizon is a huge change that is mainly positive and can only lead to enriching your life. The only reason that it's such a terrifying thing is because you are afraid of the change and afraid of things changing. But change is one of the only things that's ever guaranteed in life. And so I think there's a lesson and a warning here in learning to accept change and learning to live with change, live with the fact that you're, out of control in your own life most of the time. I don't think there's anything wrong with being an analytical person. I'm just saying that you can take it to way too far of a level. And this reading is definitely a warning for that in general. But yeah, I think that's it for this reading. I hope that made sense to you. Now for group 3, if you picked the pile with the pine cone, this reading is for you. Let's take a look at your cards. So starting with your oracle card, this is what I'm kind of using to establish the main themes of this reading. So your oracle card is Mother Mary, and your tarot cards are the Three of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. Lots of minor arcana in this one. Now starting with Mother Mary, this is a card that's all about miracles. It says, have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. Faith is the light that illuminates your pathway. Without faith, the future looks very frightening. That's why it's essential for you to take whatever steps are necessary to keep your mind and heart filled with faith. Please don't give up hope on yourself or other people. Keep the candle of faith burning within your soul, as that one small inkling of hope can eradicate the darkness of despair. Be the light that eliminates someone else's gloomy hopelessness as well. For as you make others stronger, it strengthens not only yourself, but the entire world. The various meanings of this card are as follows. Let go of worrisome thoughts. Keep your thoughts positive. Notice and follow any divine guidance you may receive. Pray or engage in spiritual healing. Now starting off with this theme of worrying and anxiety, I definitely see that in the Nine of Swords here as well. Because the Nine of Swords is a very anxious card. It's a card that's all about overthinking, not being able to sleep, not being able to let the past go. Really, it's a card about being stuck and not knowing what you're doing or what you want. But there is a light on the horizon because this emotional turmoil that you're experiencing right now, it does have an end. It's coming up. I always say that the Suit of Swords in tarot is kind of like the sword of control, a sword that you use to cut out the negativity in your life, to kind of shape your life the way you want it to be. So the Nine of Swords is very far in the cycle of swords from 1 to 10. And so it means that you're very close to kind of getting that power of the sword. And one way that you might gain that power is through the Three of Pentacles. This card is all about hard work, teamwork, collaboration, community. It's about people looking after you and working together. And what I think is most important for this reading is that this card is all about doing things for the satisfaction of doing them well. It's about quality over quantity and rewards. It's about chasing your own satisfaction rather than goals or money. And this definitely ties into the Eight of Wands as well, because the Eight of Wands is all about communication, ideas, people coming towards you and bringing their good energy with them. It's about a spark between people and just kind of an overwhelming love in a community sense. I think this is something that you already sense within yourself, but community and friendship is something that kind of lights your flame. I wouldn't say you're necessarily extroverted, but you definitely do get energy out of the right kinds of friendship. I think in your friendships, you're someone who takes the initiative a lot of the times or just takes the lead, not necessarily in a bossy or controlling way. And being a host or taking the initiative does bring you a lot of joy because you love fostering community between people. Some would even say that you're like the glue of a friend group. But I also get the feeling that you've been neglecting this side of yourself a little bit lately. Maybe you've been so busy that you've kind of let your friendships drift away. You've kind of been isolating yourself, getting stuck in cycles of anxiety, but the answer has kind of been in front of you all along. You're happiest when you're social with people that really care about you, and that is a part of you that you should not be neglecting any longer. Like Buffy from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you kind of need your whole Scooby gang around you to feel fulfilled. You get a lot more fulfillment and enjoyment out of doing things with your group of close friends than doing them by yourself. And that friendly community vibe is something that you definitely need to keep nurturing. As I said, you're the glue or even the center point of the friend group. So you're kind of the light that others look towards for inspiration. So I think this is saying one thing really clearly, and that is to stop neglecting that part of yourself. Make more things a collaborative effort, and just in general, try to rekindle your friendships, because it's something that makes you hopeful about the future and that keeps you loving your life. So yeah, that's it for this reading. I hope that made sense. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed and that the reading resonated with you. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!